Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So this is going to be my entry for the NYX Face Awards 2016, and I'm going to start out by priming and moisturizing my face, and then I'm going to use my NYX Stay Matte but Not Flat foundation in medium beige and mixing it with Gradtobian's gold metallic powder until I have a very shimmery gold-like pasty consistency. And then I'm going to dot this all over my face, and with a makeup wedge I'm just going to buff this all over my face, neck, and ears. And to get an even fuller coverage, I'm just buffing more of my foundation on top of that. Then I'm going to take my NYX Avant Pop palette, and I'm going to take this rosy, golden, shimmery shade and apply this on my cheekbones, the tip of my nose, my forehead, and my chin as a highlighter. And I'm going to take my NYX Contour palette, and I'm going to start contouring my face to give myself more prominent and manly features. I'm actually making a little bit of a fish face to find where the hollows of my cheeks are, and I'm doing sort of an upside down L-shaped contour to make my face look more angular and give me a more prominent and strong profile. And then I'm taking that dark brown eyeshadow from the NYX Avant Pop palette, and I'm putting this on the inner corner of my eye, closer to the brow, and blending this all along my crease. Next, I'm taking my NYX Contour palette, and I'm going to take that highlighter and just apply this above the jawline but below the cheek and blending it out to make my cheekbones look a little bit more defined. And then I'm just defining the eyes using a dark gray eyeshadow from my Morphe eyeshadow palette on a fluffy brush. And I'm dragging whatever's left on the brush down the sides of the nose to make it look a little bit more slim. And I'm highlighting the cupid's bow with a golden champagne-y color from my NYX Avant Pop palette. Then I'm taking a golden shimmery eyeshadow from the Avant Pop palette and apply this on my lids and the inner corner of my eyes to open them up a little bit more. I'm going to use a mix of a light brown and a dark brown eyeshadow, and I'm going to use that to basically create a new eyebrow and fill it in, although I'm not going to go into too much detail because I'm still not good at eyebrows. Then I'm going to take a dark shimmery gray eyeshadow and apply this on my lips, and then I'm going to purse my lips together and apply a gold shade on top. I wanted to have a little bit of fun with this character, so what I decided to do was to take some netting and place this on my cheekbones and my temples, and then I patted a gold eyeshadow on top, and once I took away the netting, it actually left the impression of realistic looking scales, and I love the way this reflected in the light, and when I moved my head, it was just so gorgeous. Then I took a gold pigment, and this is actually the Gradtobian gold powder, only I used it loose without the mixing medium, and applied this all over my hair, and then I just started sketching out the features of my toga. Using a mix of teal and blue body paint, I'm filling in the toga, and I'm using a flat brush from Silly Farm to pick up the paint. And these are water activated body paints, so you do need a little bit of water to work with them. And then after that, I'm just letting it dry and applying the exact same brightly colored mixture I applied to my face to my chest and arms, and I swear this thing is brighter than my own future, okay? And then I'm taking a black eyeshadow from NYX, and I'm using that to shade all the folds of the toga. And I'm using a little flat brush to sort of like first sketch out the folds, and I'm using a dark turquoise color to further blend out that shadow and make it look a lot more realistic and a lot softer. The easiest way to explain this is if you imagine that you're actually wearing the toga. So imagine where the light is gonna hit, imagine where all the shadows and the wrinkles are gonna be, so kind of like when you move, all the different wrinkles that are gonna be formed. So what you want to do is that you want to first draw the line and then take the darkest color of the toga you chose, and then you just want to diffuse that line and blend it out, and that's gonna make it look like an actual realistic looking wrinkle. Taking the hot black from NYX and defining those wrinkles a lot more, and then taking a fluffy blending brush and just diffusing those lines a little bit more, blending that outwards. And then I'm gonna start highlighting. So what I like to do is I like to take Paradise Paint by Mehron in white, and I like to add this on all the edges of the cloth. So wherever there's an edge or a wrinkle, you just want to add the white body paint on top, and with the brush that you use to apply the previous color, so in my case it's going to be the lovely blue that I have going on right here, I'm going to place this on top of the white line and drag it down, and that's going to diffuse and blend out the line, and it's not going to give me such a stark white line. Taking those previous eyeshadows I used before for the wrinkles, and I'm just defining each of the shadows a little bit more, and then I'm taking the gold metallic powder and I'm gonna mix it with the mixing medium to create a liquid or a paint, and I'm gonna use this to fill in a little shell that's gonna hold my toga together. And then while the little conch shell is drying, I'm gonna start drawing a tattoo. So when I think of Poseidon, I think very tribalistic kind of like tattoos. I think of obviously his spear, because his spear is basically one of the things that symbolizes him. So I decided to draw on a gold tattoo spear. Now I actually had to look up a couple of reference pictures online, and I looked up this one that looked very tribally, so I decided to draw that one on my chest. And I also decided to draw one on my forehead. So on my forehead I have the spear going on, and I have 2 half moons on each side. And just for fun, I decided to add some dots here and there just to add more detail to the design. And oh my god, look at how it reflects the light. I freaking love using metallic colors. Just look at how pretty it is. Now I'm taking the 2 brown eyeshadows from my NYX's Avant Pop palette, and I'm going to start creating all the shadows that will be casted by the toga on my skin. So imagine that we're actually wearing this in real life. You want to just take the darkest brown eyeshadow that you have on your palette, and you just want to add this where the toga would be closer to your skin, and then you want to apply the light brown eyeshadow where the clothing will be furthest away from the skin, or where it's kind of like raising up away from the skin. So that's where you want to apply the lighter brown eyeshadows, and the darker brown eyeshadows are the ones closest to the skin. You feel me? Then I'm contouring, highlighting, and doing the exact same scaly patterns as I did on my face to my chest. My face was feeling a little bit too naked, so I decided to apply some pearls to make it a bit more interesting. Now, I'm just gonna recreate all that shenanigans I did on one side of the face on the other. I'm taking Duo Lash Glue, and I'm going to dot this on my face using the end of a makeup brush, and I'm going to just dot this coming from one eye going all the way up towards my temple. Now, I'm placing these pearls that I got from Silly Farm on top of the Duo Fiber Lash Glue, so I'm sticking them on using that. Now, these are self-adhered pearls, but I really do not trust them, so I would really recommend using either eyelash glue or spear gum to stick them on, and it'll hold on all night long if you're planning to wear this out. And also, do these pearls kind of separate and asymmetrical, because it's gonna look a lot more interesting like that. Then I'm taking the gold metallic powder and just doing some random dots in between each pearl, and doing the exact same thing using Paradise Paint in white. I watered down my Paradise Paint by Mehron, and I decided to add this on the edges of the cloth to add a more intense highlight. Now, whenever you're body painting, and if you're body painting in a hurry, using an airbrush is going to be a lot more beneficial than just using a brush by itself. 1, it's a lot faster. 2, it's going to give you a much cleaner and much smoother effect. I know it's a little bit on the expensive side, but make sure that you invest on an airbrush because it's literally like the best thing out there for shading and highlighting. Now, I am going back and forth between adding shadows and adding highlights, so as you can see, I'm just adding a bit more shadows on the toga and adding texture and highlights to the little conch shell. Then I decided to add a gold trim around the toga because I felt like the toga was a little bit too plain. So I looked up a whole bunch of like Greek patterns that you would normally find on clothes and decided to add a gold trim going all the way down the edge of the toga. Now, it is a little bit effed up at first, but I then go in later and fix it. But that's basically it. So I really hope that you all enjoyed this makeup tutorial, and if you did, please make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, if you want to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, the links will be down below, as well as the list of products I used in this video. Now, this is my entry for the NYX Face Awards, so there is no voting necessary yet because NYX picks the top 30. But for everyone who entered, best of luck, and I will see you all next time. Bye!